Well, hey everyone, I am Stoyan. Some people know me as Ctorh Sharks. I sing in the band Adriatic. And I'm talking to Kris from Heavy today about our brand new single called A Lighthouse in the Desert, in which we have a very special guest, Diletta Luna from the band Devonian.
Beautiful, mate. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, so as you mentioned, Adriatic dropped the audio for your new single, A Lighthouse in the Desert, earlier this week. So I know it's only been not long, but how's the early reception been, mate? Have people been getting behind it?
Yeah, some really good positive comments. We got a lot of support, and I think quite a few streams from the get-go. And yeah, I'm really excited. We got a few kind of personal messages by people saying how much they love the song. That's always a great thing to see and hear. And I'm sure, like, knowing how I normally follow new music when it comes out, it takes a few days for people to actually properly listen to the song. So I'm not holding my breath. I'm just going to wait a few more days and see for people to actually properly listen to it and give us some feedback.
Smart, man. Now, before we actually get into the song musically, the name A Lighthouse in the Desert, it's doesn't really mean anything, but I'm sure it means something to you. Well, it's great. I love it, but it's just such a beautiful play on words.
Cool. I'm glad you're saying that. Well, obviously, the logic is that there's no point of there being a lighthouse in the desert. It's like a lighthouse being in the wrong spot. So it's about you seeking for happiness, people seeking for happiness in all the wrong places. It's got a little bit something to do with my background as well as an immigrant coming from Bulgaria and having lived around the world in different countries. Always feeling that sense of loss of identity, loss of what's your true home, and always this gap within me, and realizing that it's not about the place where I'm at, but it's about who I'm with and what I'm doing that fills that gap within me. So the lighthouse is the happiness, and I've been searching for it in all the wrong places until I finally found out that it's within me. Yeah.
You could have told me this 20 years ago, mate. I'd be a lot happier person.
Yeah. It takes a while for someone to actually realize this, and a lot of moving and a lot of mistakes, and it's, I think, true for so many of us. I'm not necessarily sure that I have found the right recipe and the right answer, but I'm a bit closer to it with the things that I do.
Good man. Now, musically, the songs, I was telling you before we went on air, like, I love it. It's a fantastic song, but might not be what fans of Adriatic expect. Like, it's a touch more melodic than usual. So run us through it from a musical point of view and what you were going for with it.
Well, specifically for the melodic part, it was aimed to be a lot more kind of emotional. It needed to touch more of those emotional strings, and that's a bit more of a theme in the current album that we have now recorded fully and are just about to send out for pressing for vinyl. It's called Krile, and there's a lot of melody in the album, and there's a lot of just kind of these emotional undertones. So it's a bit of a theme, and the Krile means wings. So it's more soulful. It aims to touch people on a different level. The album, as well as the song, they still have their typical Adriatic offbeat, weird tempo stuff, but there's just a lot more melody, I guess, to carry you through the whole album. And of course, you can't have a song with such a phenomenal vocalist like Diletta from Devonian and not take full advantage of her amazing, voice palette and involve her in some spectacular singing there.
Yeah, damn true. That was my next point, actually. Like, I love the contrasting male harsh vocals and her cleans to start the song. Like, it's an interesting dynamic and a great way to kick things off.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it. And actually, for those who listen carefully, they'll also hopefully realize that there's a lot of Diletta's harsh vocals in the song as well.
Okay,
So yeah, so some of the really, really brutal hello. Hello. Some of the really, really brutal, heavy singing is typical for Diletta's like Devonian style.
Oh
Yeah.
oh, there's some male cleans in there as well, bro. Is that you?
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
I did
I've
not
been
know
doing a lot of
so
singing.
well, mate. I did not know you could sing so well. It's very cool.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, I started by my musical career started by me singing in a choir for a few years, and that yeah, back way back when. And so I have confidence in singing, but I like to weave it back into our brutal music.
That actually explains the choir boy haircut, mate.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. No, I normally try to have a mohawk, but it's 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. on a Monday night. Come on, Crispy.
I wasn't taking it all, mate. I was just saying it explains it. Yeah. The film clip stopped dropping on this Thursday as well, mate. So why separate the two releases? How come do the audio on Monday, the film clip on Thursday?
Well, that's specifically related to what I said earlier about how people don't necessarily go into listening to the song right away when it gets released. And we felt like giving them a few days to potentially maybe check out the audio, put it on the streaming media. But if they forget about it, just because our attention span is like 2 minutes long nowadays,
Yeah, it is.
maybe then get reminded to check it out once again when the video comes out. Which is why I'm super excited that we're doing this release through Heavy, and it's hopefully gonna give people a second chance to go and explore the song before it's kind of down the channel and
so, like you say,
way past the scrolling line. Yeah.
So what can we expect from the film clip? Have you got anything special?
We've got a very, very professional director who did the video clip, Lachlan Valente. And he's just incredibly talented. And this is the first time ever that we're working with a professional on a professional, fully video clip. First time in our career. All the other ones have been do it yourself. People should check out our other videos. We've literally done them at home on our home computers. But so this one's really kind of, we're confident about the quality of it. And another interesting thing about it was that we didn't have a say at all in the production. It was entirely the director's idea. He said, "We're gonna come to this place. You're gonna get makeup, and the makeup is a very particular makeup that kind of falls off our faces. It's like our faces are falling apart, and and so the entire." Kind of putting everything together is entirely his vision.
Knowing you like I do, mate, I bet you that was bloody hard for you to accept.
Very true, very true. I did have quite a few things that I wanted to say, and I did say a few, and I think a few maybe had a little bit of an effect, but for the most part, yeah, we weren't allowed to say much. We had to provide the equipment, like some specific equipment, not filming, but like he needed the lectern and he needed some actors. So we worked with getting some actors on the clip, but everything else was just done by him.
Very good. Now, Adriatic have been quiet for quite a few months, mate. So I know I've had quite a few people ask me what happened is. So tell the world.
Well, so we released the song Death's Funeral, which was the first single from the upcoming album a year ago. And between then and now, there were 2 newborn babies in the band.
Nice.
Both our guitarist and our bass player had babies in August or July, August. And so they were kind of out of commission for a few months. And in the meantime, we worked really hard whenever we had a chance to finish all the writing and the recording of the album. And because the album is a lot more complex than anything we've ever done before. Like I'd say I've easily spent 100 hours in the studio recording vocals alone.
Wow.
So yeah, so just a hell of a lot of different voices, different experiments have gone into the album. So we were just focused heavily on recording.
Yeah,
But we're back on, baby.
wow, mate. Talking to that, you're back on with an absolute bang, mate, supporting the mighty King Parrot at Moe's this Thursday night, April the 6th, before playing with him again 2 days later at Bad Luck in Brisbane, mate. Must be looking forward to that. Not many bands have 4 or 5 months off and come straight back to King Parrot.
Yeah, that's just phenomenal. What an incredible opportunity. We're super honored, and we're thankful to you, Kris, for putting in a good word for us. We've
Yeah,
worked
always,
with
mate.
you.
Always.
We've worked with you for a while, so we're quite happy that this is happening, and it's such an amazing opportunity for us to promote our new song and just to kind of start getting the word about the new album coming out. And yeah, we're super excited. We couldn't believe our eyes when we saw that we were kind of that they accepted us to play on the bill with them, and
Well,
twice.
well deserved, my friend. And in your time off, have you worked on anything new for your live show, or is anything special, unleashed on Thursday night?
Well, we Thursday night I have a very good idea because most desert at the Gold Coast have a projector, so I have a good idea about what I want to see behind us on the projection for each of the songs. And hopefully, because every now and then their projector kind of goes offline, if that works, that's going to be a kind of a cool little gimmick that I've come up with. Of course, we're going to play the new song, which we're super excited about. We're starting to change a little bit our vision. The old album, the Corny album, was all about everything was black, so we were wearing all black on stage. Next album, called Krile, is kind of in the artworks complement each other, but the next part is going to be white. We're not going to wear all white clothes because I think this looks terrible to wear all white, but we're changing the imagery a little bit. And of course, as always, bringing all of our, passion and energy to stage as always.
Fantastic, mate. So we've mentioned the new album Krile a couple of times, mate, and A Lighthouse in the Desert is taken from that. So and that'll be out late August too, by the way, but is that song a good sonic representation of the album as a whole? You mentioned the whole album's got a bit of melodics and stuff through it.
Yeah, it's very difficult to put a pin on what's a good representation of the album because it has a huge diversity of genres. So this song has its own face, but I wouldn't necessarily say that it's like a specific representation. The album will definitely carry the Adriatic tone and the Adriatic sound. It's going to have a lot of sing-alongs, which I absolutely love. So I always stick sing-alongs in so many of the songs just because I love singing together with the audience. I hope and I feel that every song is going to have its own little piece of the puzzle to the album. We absolutely love all the songs that are coming out, but there are so many genres mixed in. Like we're gonna have, should I give away some secrets? We're gonna have a reggae in one of the songs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Wow.
We're gonna have some really symphonic stuff in one of the songs. Once again, as we've always done in the past, we're gonna have some classic Bulgarian folklore songs weaved into our music as well. Just everything is really, really, really diverse. One thing that I do want to say that I'm so excited about the new album is that another thing I love is guest vocals. I'm super big on having lots of guest vocals in our music, and we have easily 10 to 15 different guest vocalists on this album coming up. Yeah.
Wow, can you name it?
We have Ricky from Deadweight 80.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We have Chris from Cold Creature. Maddie Vesper from Tetrament. Wade from Virtues.
Geez, you got some big names there, brother.
Yeah, of course, Dileta from Devonian. We have a very famous Bulgarian folklore performer called Desi Dobreva. Like if you look up her videos on YouTube, she's got like tens of thousands of views, and like she plays to massive audiences, and she's a friend of mine. So it's pretty exciting that she's singing. There's also two guest vocal features on one of our songs by a Bulgarian hardcore band called Vendetta, and that band has two vocalists, and both of them are on one of our tracks as well.
Jeez,
So yeah, yeah.
No wonder you're smiling while we're talking about it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's such a passion project that I'm absolutely crazy excited about this album coming together.
Yeah, and you've also the hits just keep on coming, mate. Like you're starting pre-sales for vinyl copies of the album this Friday as well, and you got some super special limited edition things going on there. So tell us about them.
Yeah, so we've paired up with Stiff Cut Records, and we're releasing the album through the Schema Collective. And so with Stiff Cut Records, we're going to use some of our transparent vinyls. And what they do, if you look up Stiff Cut, they do these crazy variants. We're going to have a feather-filled record and a black liquid, which we called ink-filled record.
Oh, wow.
And so it's pretty phenomenal. They've actually created a prototype for us, which I can show you because I've got it right here. So this one here is our single, Death's Funeral, and that's just the 7-inch.
Yeah.
And we sold quite a few of those, but this one, which is a kind of a proof of concept, is filled with liquid.
Jesus, that is sensational. Do they come in different colored liquids?
Well, they can, but we have made a choice. So this one is going to be, this is Death's Funeral. This one's not for sale. This is just for our own personal collections.
Nice.
And so Death's Funeral is with green liquid. And what's very weird, I don't think you can easily see it, but it's such a green liquid that when it connects with the glue that glues the two vinyls together, it turns red. Can you see it?
Oh, it looks black from mine, but I might be colorblind.
No, I think it's just the light.
Yeah.
I'm in this yellow light, but yeah. So it's pretty crazy, and we're gonna have a black one, which we've called Ink, for the Krile album, and it's very limited. Like this one's just gonna be 10 copies of it because it's crazy expensive to produce this. Like not only has vinyl production gone so high in price, like if I'm not even going to tell you guys how much every individual vinyl costs us to make, but so this takes actual two vinyls, glues them together, and includes all of the work to put the stuff in between. So they are going to be a bit pricey. They're going to be I think $135 a piece, but they're limited to like 10, so a few people will get a chance to get this. And the other ones are going to have, like I said, the other Stiff Cut production are going to have feathers within them, which is related to the wings, the theme of the album. And then we've got 3 other just very beautiful marbled and translucent variants.
Very nice, mate.
Yeah. So people should go on our Bandcamp page, Adriatic1.bandcamp.com.
And that can get you pre-orders for the vinyl and get you other merch, stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to open the pre-orders exactly at 4 p.m. on Friday the 7th. And I know that the time is important because sometimes people that want to get just those really, really low quantity variants, they need to have trigger fingers ready.
So 4 p.m. this Friday the 7th.
Yes. Right between our two concerts.
It is, an Australian time is all the same again now. That stupid daylight savings left us last weekend. So, yeah. 4 o'clock everywhere.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. Isn't like Canberra on a different time, like some 15 minutes away or something?
They're not part of Australia, are they? It's about Canberra.
Yeah. Brisbane time, everyone. Brisbane time.
Very nice. All right, so a pleasure to speak with you again, mate, and welcome back to Adriatic. So much happening. A Lighthouse in the Desert. Single is out now on all your normal platforms. The video will be premiered this Thursday at 4:30 p.m. on Heavy. Adriatic are playing with King Parrot. Most Desert Clubhouse this Thursday night. Bad Luck in Brisbane on Saturday night. And
Saturday night.
there's shitloads else happening, mate. So make sure you get onto the Adriatic page and keep up to date.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kris P.
My pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
I